Hey friends of Living Classroom, it's Sarma. I am here at a school in Los Altos School District, but I'm going to show you a little tour of the garden to see how things are growing right now in the springtime and see if you can figure out what school I'm at. Here I am starting at the 6th grade garden's ancient civilizations. These here are fava beans, an ancient bean that was a staple food for ancient societies. So these are looking absolutely gorgeous. And let me see, can I see any bean pods? Oh, look at that. Could make a nice salad or soup out of these. Very delicious. All right, let's keep going. So here, oh no, it says what school I'm at. Don't look it down here, guys. Okay, so here we have more ancient civilizations, and we've got garlic, onions, and some flax that looks like it might be coming up here and there. But these are looking great. And we even have some fava beans that jumped all the way over here traveling for you second graders out there, or soon to be in second grade, or have been in second grade. Traveling seeds, right? Remember, seeds travel away from their parent plant. So this fava bean bounced over here somehow, or was carried by an animal, and here is growing now. Also, we did not plant this lettuce in here, sixth graders. Do you guys remember planting lettuce in an ancient sieves? No, this is from last year's bed. That was a bed that we had grown lettuce in for this other class here for our sixth graders called Planting in Circles, where we learned all about radius, circumference, diameter, and we are planting radishes here and lettuce. And in that bed that we just looked at, we had this garden last year, and one of the lettuce heads came back, which I think is pretty cool. All right, let's keep going. All right, here we have an awesome bed full of wheat that our second graders have planted. And we have these here that are currently not ready yet. They're still green. And do you see this guy? Look, he's like keeping his arm out. He's like, you guys stay down here. I want all the sun up here. He's tired of living with all of his siblings. But these guys are not ready yet to harvest. But as soon as they are, and they are that nice golden straw color, that's when we're gonna come back and harvest them. Okay, guys, what in the world do you think this is? This is the biggest one like this I've ever seen. Come and look at that stalk. Does it look at all familiar? Like maybe a snack that you eat that maybe contains peanut butter and raisins. That's right, ants on a log. It is celery. Look how huge it is. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. All right, this here is mint. I don't know if you guys have ever had any mint tea, but that's one of my absolute favorite teas. I also like to put mint in water along with some cucumbers. It makes a really nice, refreshing water. So I highly recommend that. So this is actually the plant that we use for our garden tea lesson for first graders. This is what the mint looks like here. You can always come over and take a smell when you're around the mint, and it has a very distinct smell. So I'm almost done with my garden tour here. Anyone else still not sure what school we're at? Hint, hint, who's this guy? All right, but I do have a couple other places to show you before I go. We are entering the native garden, and we've got a lot of wonderful native plants. This is a wonderful native plant called the toyon. Native Americans eat the berries as well as all sorts of other critters, some birds and whatnot that come in here. And of course, when it flowers, we have our pollinators. So let's keep moving. All right, here we've got some California buckwheat. Native Americans use this not only for food, but also as medicine. If you've got a headache or a hoarse throat, they also use this to make a nice tea. And we over here have the dried flower heads here. And these are some brand new ones that are now shooting up and ready to become beautiful flowers for our pollinators to come and visit. Hey, you guys, right over here, we've got Foothill Penstemon, and it is in bloom. The Native Americans actually made a paste out of the leaves and flowers, and you can apply it to if you have a sore, a cut, a mosquito bite, an insect bite, any other skin problems. This is a great plant that the Native Americans use for that, and it doesn't have gorgeous flowers as well. So this is the California coffee berry. The Native Americans actually use the bark and the leaves to make a tea, and that can be applied to poison oak. So we do have a lot of that in the area, especially up here in the hills. And so this is a great plant to use for poison oak. But also it attracts lots of butterflies and a lot of other pollinators and insects, which we definitely need. And right now we already have the little buds of the flowers that are coming out and growing, and this will soon be in full bloom and just absolutely lovely. This is a really special plant that is in this garden. This is narrow-leafed milkweed, and it is the only host plant that monarch butterfly caterpillars are able to eat and grow with. So the monarchs around this time of year fly over here, they lay their eggs on the underside of the leaves. Then when the egg hatches, the little teeny tiny caterpillar comes out and just starts eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and eating until it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then will make a chrysalis and then turn into a butterfly. And this is what's so special, is that this is going to be happening over the next few weeks and months. So we'll have to check back here. Right now I don't see any eggs on the underside, which just means the monarchs are on their way. So this gorgeous plant is called flowering dogwood. And Native Americans make baskets out of the stems, but the roots and the stems are also used to make dyes. All right, here we've got a native plant called deer grass. I also like to call it the lizard lounge because the lizards love hanging out underneath, nice and protected. So on a really hot day, if you sit near deer grass and be nice and quiet, you'll definitely get to hear some lizards running around, and that's always special. But just like our flowering dogwood, the Native Americans use these here to make baskets. I wanted to show you this absolutely beautiful garden that wonderful parents, children, and volunteers from this very school made. And they are taking care of it, and they have filled it with so many yummy, delicious foods. These here are chives. I love adding chives to my eggs, to salads. And over here we've got some rosemary, and that just smells divine. And you could put those on some potatoes, some nice rosemary potatoes. And this garden is full of lots of other edible things. Like, look at this beauty. Have you guys ever eaten an artichoke? If you haven't, I really recommend it. This is a gorgeous purple one. Often they come in green, but it is growing beautifully here. And that is another yummy thing to have on the dinner table. All right, this is a grape. These are tiny little grape flowers that are waiting to be pollinated, and then they will turn into a grape bunch. You can see up higher here, we have grapes that are quite a bit larger that are going to be coming out, but they still are in the flowering stage. So this small little garden in this small space can really feed a family. It's absolutely amazing what you can do with gardening, with your vegetables and with your fruits and with all of your spices in a small area. All right, friends, you may have probably figured out which school I'm at. We are up here at Gardner Bullis, up here in Los Altos Hills.